What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I'm here to do my deep dive into the Dolphins' current tight ends, who they have on the roster as of right now, and my thoughts on it, and so on and so forth. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it. And obviously, as I have done for each of the other videos throughout this process of free agency, I start off with the position rankings by need for me, starting with the offensive line, tackles, center, running back, wide receiver, a linebacker, true middle linebacker, defensive line, edge over tackle, cornerback, tight end, safety, backup quarterback, and punter. So there you have it. And then we slide on over. Here we go to tight ends. So gonna have some of these other positions in the frame, but that's fine. So start off with Mike Gesicki going into his 5th year. We did franchise tag him, which I do like to see. I would, as I mentioned, in previous videos, I would like to see them give him, a longer term contract extension. He is current APY with that franchise tag is about 10.9 million. There is also the thing developing behind the scenes right now about him potentially filing a grievance to have his position changed or whatever, obviously so he could make more with a different tag. Anyway, I would like to see them secure, because again, my view of the tight end position is, especially with there being so many other more pressing needs for this team, I think the tight end position, if you lock up, Durham Smythe as well, on top of Mike Gesicki, you still have Adam Shaheen and then Hunter Long, the draft pick you just made this past year. I think that's fine. That's a perfectly fine tight end room to go into this upcoming season with, at least. So, and I would be fine with it for the next few years, honestly. So anyway, measurables, combine scores. Round 2 pick, 42nd overall in 2018. 4 years in, all with the Dolphins, obviously. 64 games played, 30 started, 2,550 snaps, 637.5 per year, 318 targets, 79.5 per season, 199 receptions, 49.75 per year, 62.6 catch percentage, 2,255 yards, 563.75 per year, 35.2 per game, and 11.33 average. 13 touchdowns, 3.25 per year, and 29 20-plus yarders. And in 2017, he did set or match a number of career bests. 17 games played, 9 started, 828 snaps, 112 targets, 73 receptions, 780 yards. You know what? This is out of order, and it bugs me. You guys know this. So, I'm sorry. What is it supposed to be after? After receptions. Oh, my Lord. I'm crazy. So, catch percentage, 65.2%. 780 yards, 45.9 per game, 10.68 average, 2 touchdowns, and 12 20-plus yarders, 828 snaps, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he's improved. His grades have improved, certainly, overall. I mean, went from orange to yellow to green now, and steady green. And it's the most snaps he's had. Obviously shares a good amount of time with those other guys, which I think is fine, honestly, because they are a little bit different, and it does help you to allow you to do different things. But anyway, so next we move on to Durham Smythe. As I mentioned, I think they should give him, a multi-year contract, 2 or 3 years at least, 2 to 4 years for both of these guys. I would like to see it. I think you could get Durham Smythe. Gesicki's going to be the one that commands the bigger paycheck. Durham Smythe, you could still then lock up for a reasonable price. And obviously Hunter Long is super cheap. And then if he develops over the next couple seasons into a good Mike Gesicki replacement, then, in 2 or 3 years, then maybe, you let Mike Gesicki walk and test free agency if he's maybe not willing to, or, I mean, if he then continues to produce and get better and better and produce at a more elite status, then maybe it's worth it, et cetera, et cetera. So, I think it's a good idea to lock both these guys up. Measurables combine, he was a round 4 pick in 2018, 123 overall. 4 years in, all with the Dolphins, 63 games played, 41 started, 1,822 snaps, 455.5 per year, 95 targets, 23.75 per year, 73 receptions, 18.25 per year with a 76.8 catch percentage, 680 yards, 170 per year, 10.8 per game, 9.32 average, 2 touchdowns with a half a touchdown per season, and 6 20-plus yarders with a couple rushing attempts. Did set or match a number of career bests, though, this past season. 17 games played, 12 started, 716 snaps, 41 targets, 34 receptions, and 82.9 catch percentage, 357 yards, 21 yards per game, 10.5 average, 5 20-plus yarders, and then those couple rushing attempts. Hasn't been graded out particularly great, but he's also not really much of, he's mostly obviously been there for blocking. I mean, let's keep it real. Although in the past couple seasons, I think he has gotten significantly better at, being a pass catcher. And he wasn't, in college, he was like good at both. He wasn't stellar or elite at either one. He was good at both, and he seems to be basically that same thing here in the NFL. So, and I like that, honestly, with the other guys that you have in the room. Utilize the guys on your roster, and it's also important to have depth so that way you can, rest other guys so that way they don't get injured and so on and so forth. Anyway, so then Carter's up next. He's a guy, honestly, I think they could just let go, save the money. 6th year, going into his 6th year, he's 26, about $2.5 million current APY, measurables combined, pro day, undrafted out of 17, 5 years in, started with the Bengals from 17 to 20, 2021 to present with us, 62 games played, 6 started, 417 snaps, 83.4 per year, nothing special here, 13 targets, 2.6 per season, 9 receptions, 1.8, 75 catch percentage, 82 yards, 16.4 per year, 1.3 per game, 9.11 average, 1 touchdown, 0.2 per year, and 2 20-plus yarders. Like I said, nothing, really nothing special there. Catch percentage, that's gonna at very least tie a career best though, eh? 16 games played, 1 game started, 52 snaps, 2 targets, 2 receptions, 100 catch percentage, 16 yards, 1 yard per game, and 8 average in 2021. So not really much there, although it was also his best graded year, although only on 52 snaps, so take it for what you will. And he, to be fair though, also he is supposed to be like a fullback, really, although he's a tight end. He's listed as a tight end. Anyway, and then we move to Hunt Long again. I've gone over how I think the room should look. 2nd year, he's 23, 1.1 million. Measurables pro day, he was around 3 pick in 2021, 82 overall. The 1 year, just had his rookie season, 2021 to present. Obviously, he was non-existent, so there's a little bit of, potential concern there, but he certainly could blossom, and he certainly could do way better. I think he would absolutely do way better. Everybody's going to do way better, I think, under the coaching staff that we have now. Maybe, we'll see if any of those issues on the defensive side of the ball surface up later, with the fact that Boyer is still around. But J.C. Jackson, the talk with J.C. Jackson potentially coming here, part of it would be, reuniting with Boyer. Anyway, whatever. We'll see how that plays out. Career stats, 7 games played, 2 started, 90 snaps, 3 targets, 1 reception, 33.3 catch percentage, 8 yards, 1.1 yards per game, and 8 average. Obviously, it was his rookie season, so it's all career bests, but not very good there. But I do think he's a good youngster to develop in that room behind these other guys, Mike Gesicki, Durham Smythe, and the next guy on the list, Adam Shaheen, going into his 6th year. He's 27, about 2.2 million current APY, measurables combine. Draft status round 2 pick in 2017, 45th overall, 5 years in, starting with the Chicago Bears from 17 to 19, 2020 to present with the Dolphins. And he's honestly, he's been solid production with us as a, rotational guy in that mix. 55 games played, 25 started, 1,312. And it's nice to have a good room of tight ends for once. Anyway, 1,312 snaps, 262.4 per year, 71 targets, 14.2 per season, 50 receptions, 10 per year, 70.4 catch percentage, 509 yards, 101.8 per season, 9.3 per game, 10.18 average, 7 touchdowns, 1.4 per year, and 3 20-plus yarders. 12 games played, 7 started this past season with 372 snaps, 16 targets, 12 receptions, 75 catch percentage, 110 yards, 9.2 per game, 9.17 average, and 120 plus yarder. And as far as his snaps and his grading goes, his best year was his rookie season according to his grades, and his third highest snap count, in a season over his career, with a 72-2 overall and a receiving of 84. But like I said, I think it's a solid room. And then obviously over the next few seasons, like I said, if you lock Gesicki and Smythe up for like the next 2 or 3 years, then maybe you can develop Hunter Long into being Gesicki's replacement, just as a better blocker as well. And then, although this coaching staff is going to make Gesicki block at times for sure. Anyway, because they make sure that receivers are blocking. So if he wants to be considered a receiver, he's going to be blocking. Anyway, and then obviously too, there's always free agency, but you can always draft guys too over the next few seasons, right? You can pluck a tight end here or a tight end there depending on how things shape up over the next couple years. So, there are options and everything, and I think going into this next season, keeping those 4 guys who we have in-house is the best way to go. So anyway, that really wraps it up though, honestly. This ended up being a rather short video because there was not a lot, I have... over the course of this process, I have streamlined my presentation a little bit, but also, there weren't very many guys to talk about because there's five guys? Because outside of the 4 that I would keep, you have Sathan Carter, right? So not many even really on the list. So nice to see that this video is a little bit shorter. And good also too, because I'm getting it out kind of late. I went for a later developing bike ride today. I like to try and get a ride in every weekend, either Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, I digress. So getting out a little late, but it is a shorter one. So before I get out of here, make sure you check out the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all of your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like. They got it, and they are looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, while also providing you with an arena to dispute the terrible officiating. So make sure you look for the links to that in the description box. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro, as well as on Instagram at Dolphins_with_Dillon. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.
Miami wins it.